It's Tuesday, the 10th of October, 2023. Welcome to the Fast 5 Business News by Fear and Greed, where we give you the top 5 business stories you need to know in just 5 minutes. I'm Michael Thompson, and good morning, Sean Aylmer.
Morning, Michael.
Sean, 5 stories in 5 minutes. Let's get going. Story number 1 is a big one. Global markets have reacted sharply to the war in the Middle East, with oil futures surging and the share price of oil and gold companies jumping.
The Hamas invasion of Israel has roiled markets, with oil futures up and investors looking for safe havens. On the ASX yesterday, the gyrations around oil sent the majors, Woodside and Santos, up 3% and 4% respectively, but big users of oil like Qantas fell. The national carrier was down more than 3%, hitting an 11-month low. The gold stocks finished up higher, since gold is a place to be in times of trouble. Evolution Mining, De Grey Mining, Newcrest, West African Resources all did very well yesterday. Global currencies fell against the US dollar. The greenback is considered a safe haven in times of trouble. It appreciated against the euro, the pound, and the local Aussie. The Aussie, in fact, is around 63.5 US cents at the moment. Oil's a critical commodity, though, because its price impacts so much of the global economy. Price rises are generally thought to increase inflation and reduce economic growth. Now, Iran is a major oil producer and a key backer of the Hamas group that launched the attack on the weekend. It's the wild card. If Tehran decides to reduce the flow of oil, or the US opts to crack down on the flow of Iranian oil, then prices will spike from already high levels, Michael.
And Sean, on the ground, some of the news of what's happening and some of the images are just horrific.
Yes, absolutely, particularly those images of the attendees at the music festival where at least 260 people were killed. The situation's changing by the hour, but it's clear hundreds of deaths have occurred on both sides after Israel retaliated for Hamas's incursion into its territory over the weekend. Hamas also has an unknown number of Israeli hostages. Tel Aviv called on residents of Israel near the Gaza Strip to evacuate, while tens of thousands of Palestinians have taken shelter in schools in the area. The US has sent a Ford carrier strike group to sail to the eastern Mediterranean to be ready to assist. China has come out and condemned the killing of civilians. It's called for immediate ceasefire and reiterated its support for an independent Palestinian state. Also, finally, Iran said it wasn't involved in the attack, but it does support the action.
It is a big, big story, and one that is changing pretty much by the hour, Sean. On to story number 2. Now, in the latest polls on the Voice referendum have the no vote in front, though there have been some late gains for the Yes campaign.
Confusion over the Voice has undercut support for the change. Only 29% of voters say they're happy to cast the ballots on the principle of the Voice without knowing a design. 60% want more information. That's according to Resolve Strategic in the 9 newspapers. News poll in the Australian said 34% of respondents will vote yes, 58% against. Certainly the against vote is running heaviest in Western Australia and South Australia. Support for the Voice has actually gone up somewhat over the past month, but nowhere near enough for it to get across the line.
On to story number 3, and Sean, a commodity where prices are rising right now is uranium. It's trading at close to a 12-year high as countries consider nuclear as a power option. BHP reckons this could actually be an opportunity to expand its South Australia Olympic Dam project.
Japan, China, Canada, Turkey, the US, South Korea, they've all talked about opening new nuclear power reactors in recent months. Hot button issue, pardon the pun, particularly in Japan, which closed its reactors after the 2011 Fukushima accident. To get to net zero, though, analysts say nuclear must be an option. Nuclear needs uranium. BHP produces the commodity as a byproduct of its copper mining at Olympic Dam. Boss Mike Henry told the Financial Review that the company's focus is on copper, but strong uranium prices may indirectly lead to higher uranium export volumes from South Australia because it would make an expansion of Olympic Dam more viable.
Story number 4, passports, Sean, might become obsolete eventually, with a number of countries trialling e-passports.
That's right. The idea is to have your passport on your phone. A story in the Sydney Morning Herald and The Age says that several jurisdictions around the world are trialling e-passports. Finland's doing a very restricted trial on travel between the UK and Helsinki. Singapore will next year begin using biometric data to streamline processing through Changi Airport. Biometrics will be used to authenticate departing passengers rather than a physical passport. In Europe, the EU digital identity wallet is expected to be made available to 80% of all EU citizens by 2030. Australia's had a crack at it in about 2015. We talked about it with New Zealand. The idea stalled, but I like it.
Okay, last one, Sean. Story number 5. Arnold Schwarzenegger has lamented today's youth. saying they're becoming a generation of wimps and weak people.
The former movie star and governor of California reckons kids are too pampered. They need to learn to accept pain, misery and discomfort. He compared different generations against the accomplishments of first-generation Americans. I've got to quote this, Michael, it's too good. Is it people that slept in? Is it people that were wimping out? This, I want to feel good. I want to be comfortable. No, this is where ballsy women and men that went out there at 5 a.m. and got up and they struggled, they fought, they worked their butts off. Let's go and teach kids to be tough. Go out, do sports, struggle, and go through these kinds of painful moments, he said. The father of 5 also suggested kids turn off their mobile phones. Good luck with that one, Arnie.
Yeah, good luck. Okay, that's it. The top 5 business stories in 5 minutes. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Michael.
It is Tuesday, the 10th of October, 2023. Remember to hit follow on the podcast. And if 5 minutes isn't enough, you can find our longer daily show called Fear and Greed Business News wherever you listen to podcasts. I'm Michael Thompson, and that was the Fast 5 Business News by Fear and Greed. Have a great day.